good things. As of right now, through November, we're $104,682 to the good. So that's positive, so we're under budget. Some of the key ones were transportation, security, and general administration expenses were all under budget. The things that came relatively on budget were irrigation, cable, and ambulance. So that was worked out well. In December 2018, the final payment for the reserve funding was made, so we moved the $970,807 into the reserve account, so that transaction was done. The next thing that we're working on is using a different bank, Seacoast, to earn interest on all the money that's in the bank accounts. It still keeps us FDIC compliant, but we won't have to do the CDs or the CDARS and have to stagger them, and we should earn more. As of right now, the projection is about $125,000 is what we should earn in interest in 2019. So that worked out well. A few other things for the end of year closeout. So we have some balances for November 2018 in accounts receivable and prepaid insurance. The prepaid insurance will be adjusted for the year end, so it will be only the amount that's carrying over into 2019. And for the accounts receivables, letters and calls were made to all the associations that still owed, and for the majority of them sent in payments and are paying off whatever the differences were. The next thing that's good for 2018 and the closeout is the reporter. So as of right now, we're positive on the reporter. Right now, they're currently streamlining and they're taking credit card payments, and we're working with them to put everyone on automatic payments to help make that even more efficient. And the last part is on investigations. Right now, we're getting it back about 24.3% on every fee that's charged. We're still limited to the Florida statute of $100 per investigation, but on average, we're getting about $24.30 to go back to help fund other activities. For the next meeting, we'll have the end of year closeout, and we'll have it compared to the full 2017, and we'll have it compared to the 2018 budget. So we'll be able to see how we compared not only to last year, 2017, but also to the full year 2018 budget. Do I have any questions?
Any questions for the treasurer? Please come up to the mic. All right. Sounds good. Thank you, Sebastian. While we have a nice quorum, we have 175 signed-in delegates. Really excellent. I'm going to jump to the principal business of the day, and that is nominations from the floor. All right. So who's going to conduct that?
Right over there.
Jackie, step forward. And Jackie is an esteemed member of the nominations committee. Thank you. Oh, wow.
Morning, is this on? This is not on.
It's on.
Do you hear me? Do you hear me?
A little closer. Just get close to it.
Okay. Okay. Good morning, everybody. And my name is Jackie Corlin. I am a member of the Nominations Committee, and for today I will be facilitating the nominations from the floor. I want to go over the rules which were posted in the newspaper, in the Yuko paper. Okay. Now, you must be signed. Only a delegate can nominate and second. You must be signed in as a delegate to nominate or second. A delegate may nominate one person at a time. Any unit owner in good standing and residing in the village for 9 months of the year is eligible to be nominated. Only a delegate, as I said, can nominate. Only a delegate can second. This is important as well as everything else. When you nominate or second, you must state your name and association, and the name, association, and office for the person you are nominating. Let me introduce our recorders who are sitting right there. You will be coming up and they will check your status. We have Pam Frades and Christine Foster who are our recorders and will be checking. Okay. And when you accept a nomination, you have to state your name, association, or office. The nominees will be asked to sign a declaration stating that they live in Century Village for a minimum of 9 months a year. You'll be given a bio form which must be submitted by Friday, January 18th to Ruth Dreiss via email. And her email is ruthdreiss@comcast.net. After the meeting, go to the lobby and your photograph will be taken. I will close the nominations when nominations are complete. We will first have nominations for vice president. You may come up to the mic if you're nominating somebody for, yes, did I leave something out? Okay, so we'll have it for them at UCO. They'll have to come to UCO for the bio form, okay? All right. Okay, so nominations for vice president.
Wait, hold on.
What? Oh, okay. Ruth.
What's up, Ruth?
I don't think you understood the question. There are no forms at UCO, bio forms. It's in the newspaper. It's in your packet. Just follow the form, send it to me. I will vet it and send it on to the reporter.
Right, and if you don't have a UCO paper, you can pick one up at UCO. Thank you for clarifying, Ruth. There are some. You go ahead.
Any other questions on the process?
Yes, any other questions on the process?
Yes, dear.
I'd like to, Ed Grossman for vice president.
Okay, your name and your...
Toby Jacobs. I live in Chatham I.
Okay, is there a second? Okay, you, Toby, please go with your... Do you have your clicker or your ID? Please approach the desk. You have a clicker. Just go with the clicker. And the person who is seconding, please state your name.
My name is Marcella Schoenhout. I live in Wellington A. And I second Mr. Grossman for vice president.
Okay, please approach the table with your ID or your clicker. Any other nominations for vice president? Any other nominations for vice president? Are there any other nominations for vice president? Question was who was declared running. We will state that later.
Yeah.
There are no other nominations for vice president? Then we'll close the nominations for vice... there is another nomination for vice president? No? Okay, no other nominations for vice president. Then I will close the nominations for vice president and go on to executive board. Are there any nominations for executive board? Please approach the mic.
Jackie, did the nominee accept nomination?
Oh, thank you. Okay, did the nominee accept? Okay. Okay. Yes, I forgot. Forgive me. Thank you, Ed. Thank you, David.
I nominate, first of all, my name is Marilyn Pomerantz. I'm with Chatham C Association. I nominate Myron Solomon for the executive board.
Okay. And we need a second. Please approach the table with your clicker or ID. And seconded by? Hello? Seconded by? Well, will anybody second that? All right, you have to get up, Ed. Go to the mic if you're seconding. Or come to this mic. You can come. Wait, it's coming. Go ahead, you second it.
Did you want to go?
No, no, oh.
Sorry. Eileen Perlman, Camden J. I second the nomination for Ed Grossman.
Okay, please approach the table. That's your second the nomination for?
Byron Solomon.
Okay. And please, do you have your clicker or ID? Okay, please approach the table. Eileen, you didn't state your association where you live. You did? Okay. Go ahead.
Okay. I'm Martin Ephraim, Wellington E. Delegate. I nominate Jerry Satowski to the Executive Board.
All right, who will second? Then you have to, David, get up, please, or come here. David, you can come here. State your name.
Just tripping over themselves.
David Torrey, Wellington El Condo Association. I second the motion for Ed Satowski.
Okay, go approach the table. Any other nominations for executive board?
Does Jerry accept?
Oh, Jerry, do you accept the nomination? Okay. Any other nominations? There are 10 vacancies. All right. You want to come up and state that?
Any vacancies that are not filled, there are 2 for president
Oh, Myron didn't come up to accept.
and 10 for delegate assembly.
Myron Solomon.
Any vacancies will be filled by appointment, subject to confirmation by this delegate assembly. That's why it is better for it to be your choice rather than our choice, right?
Jackie, you didn't ask me if I accept.
Repeat that, Myron, a little louder.
You didn't ask me if I accept.
Okay, then please, if you can get to the table. A question was asked, how many bios do we have? And how many bios and how many openings? Why don't you say it? We will give you the information right now.
Hi, we have 10 openings total, and I believe we have either 5 or 6 who have already sent in their bios. And we have 2 more nominations from the floor, so there's plenty of room. Everyone, at this point, if we don't have any more candidates, everyone will be on the executive board.
I don't know what
more,
she
there'll be a
said, but I
voting
can
runoff.
answer your question. You want to know how many we have for the board as of now. With the nominations from the floor, to the best of my recollection, we now have 9.
Right.
There's still room for another or 20 others, and there'll be a runoff.
Sir, do you want to nominate somebody
Yes.
for executive board?
My name is Richard Quivy. I'm from Stratford D, and I'd like to nominate Les Rifkin for executive board.
Okay, we need a second.
No, Jackie, he's already on. He's already, his bio's already in.
Oh, his bio was sent in, so he is already in the running. Any other nominations? You meet once a month on Monday. It's a very important job. It's not a lot of work. I would encourage anybody who is not involved to get involved. Let me just ask, are there any other nominations? Oh, you're making one, Ed? Okay. Okay. You could have used, okay.
On asked before, I'd like to nominate David Torres for the executive board. And looking for a second.
Okay. All right. Come up to the mic, please. And David, where are you? David, will you accept?
I second. Jerry Satowski, Wellington E., and I second David.
Okay. Are there any other nominations for executive board? Any other nominations? If not, I will close the nomination procedures. And we can move on to the next item on the agenda.
Jackie, thank you very much. Very simple. All right, let's hear from the officers, and we'll start with David. Go ahead, David.
Good morning. Nice to see a great turnout at today's meeting. And good to see old friends and neighbors come back from the north. I'm glad I'm not up there shoveling or out in the Midwest shoveling. And Happy New Year once again to everybody. Thank you.
What? Yes, Louise is next. Certainly.
Hello again, everyone. Happy New Year. I'd like to, can you hear me? Is it working? Hello?
Get close.
Too close? Can you hear me now? Okay, Happy New Year to everyone. I would like to start out with a show of hands. How many of you are regular internet users of the delegates? Oh, nice show of hands. How many of you have absolutely no access to internet or do not use it for whatever reason? Amazing. I am so pleased to see that. Several of us on the dais are going to be working on outreach programs this year, and that includes outreach emails to the delegates and also outreach via the yukoreporter.com. As VP, I am also oversight on the Yuko Reporter, and this year we started the website, yukoreporter.com. A lot of the information that you use on a daily basis that you refer to in the paper is also now available on the website. And the one advantage to the website over the paper is that you actually have links to the various things. You can go in and link to order tickets here at WPRF. You can order show tickets. You can have access to the classes. You can't sign up for the classes, but you can have a look at all the classes. You can also sign up for the Fit Team ballpark at the Palm Beaches via the website. And we even have some videos about Palm Beach County and what's going on in the county. So I would urge you to go online, visit the Yuko Reporter, and then if you have any comments about other things that you'd like to see on the website, just let me know and I'll be happy to put them on. Pleased to see such a great turnout today. Welcome all, and we'll keep in touch. Thank you.
Good morning. I wanted to remind everybody that when you have your annual meeting, that you turn in the information that shows the change in your officers. And it's a change that we can keep everything up to date so that we know who your delegates are and the right person signs in for the right association. And on another topic, I'm also timekeeper for the assembly this morning, and so when I'm keeping time, just as a courtesy, I'll try to give you a 30-second warning when your time is up, when you're speaking, and And those of you who follow along on your own watches and you start doing this, I actually have to go by my timekeeping up here. So that's something that we'll try and pay attention to. So that's what I have. Thank you.
Question, Ed?
When you accept the report with the changes as to the delegates, what due diligence do we follow to make sure that it's an appropriate change? We're now dealing with one association where a delegate was removed without the board approval. And we'd like to know, first of all, is it legal? And second of all, if it is, how do you check?
All right, if we get a piece of paper from your association with the seal, that's accepted as gospel. We have no ability to put a stethoscope on what's going on internal. If we get that piece of paper with the seal, we accept it.
Thank you.
Good morning, everybody. Happy, healthy New Year. I'm sorry I missed last month, but I was with my family, my first family. This is my second family. So I just want to say that AB will be sending out letters to everybody and the associations with the time and when you will be scheduled. I have not even seen that scheduled yet because they're going to meet with us next week with the schedule, but you will get a schedule. I've also asked them that a lot of people have called. Beside the schedule, they'd like to know the channels. So they're going to send me a copy of all the channels, and I will make sure it gets out to everybody through some kind of media or another, and also be in the package next month. Also, I have reached out to AMR and gave them a number of dates to meet with us in February. I think it's very important that you tell your people and you go back to them that they should come to the meeting. It will be publicized. It'll be in the package for next February. I don't know if people are aware, but we pay approximately, and Ed can verify this, $11,000 a month to AMR for services. I think you better start asking questions where your money's going. Thank you.
I don't have a whole lot to say other than Happy New Year. Glad to see everybody turned out today. Thank you.
It's very heartwarming to see so many people here at the Delegate Assembly, and I hope this becomes the norm for the rest of the year. A couple of issues that I'd like to discuss. We had an executive board meeting just recently where some of very, very important things were discussed, and the part of it was the advisory board has pretty well finished all of their work, and they are going to provide the delegates and the unit owners with copies of the new bylaws. At the executive board meeting, we had a very lively discussion about a lot of specifics and some general ideas, and it was very well received. Most of the arguments were very, very logical and well presented. But in order to make this work, and for you, the delegates and your associations, to support the efforts that have been put in by the people from the advisory board, you have to attend the discussion meetings that we're going to have, so that first read and then come there to discuss what we're going to do, what's going to be put forth for the vote. So I urge you, please, read first before you approve anything. A couple of other points. The iguanas, they're all over the place. Please do not feed them because you just encourage them to hang out, and there are a lot of elderly that cannot walk. They could fall and trip over them and so on, and we don't want anybody to get hurt. Again, Happy New Year to everybody.
I think that was very well presented, Stuart. However, I think something was skipped over, and many of you who saw the white paper which we issued. My concern at that executive board meeting was there were many people who were not really part of the executive board. The executive board was charged to review the bylaws as was presented by the advisory committee. It was held at 1:30 on New Year's Eve day. There was very lively discussions on two topics. At the end of those two topics, while there were 14 proposed bylaw amendments, a motion was made to adjourn the committee meeting and vote a total yes on the rest, and there was only 13 that were not discussed. Many people came there to get an idea of what's happening. Only the advisory board was provided with those particular bylaws. Other people got it through other methods, and some of the people on the advisory board, I know for a fact, didn't get it because it was sent by email. They either didn't have an email or they were away, and it was 2 weeks and it was over the holidays. My personal opinion is it's very important. I can see no logical reason for the advisory board to vote in total without discussing those amendments, and that's my personal opinion.
I just want to comment on Mr. Grossman's statement. He is right that the date that we held the advisory board, rather the executive board and so on, but the advisory board has been in operation for 2 years, slowly but surely agonizing, and I have to tell you, agonizing almost over every word in order to refine it, reduce it to its lowest level of understanding so that everybody on the first read could understand it.